Success Tips TV. You will succeed. 7 reasons some Christians have delay in marriage and how to avoid them. Just before we go into this 7 amazing causes of marital delay, if you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon to help you be the first to receive notification of new videos on our channel. Also, don't forget to comment your valuable opinion below, like and share with your friends. Now that you have done that, let's get back to the topic at hand. 7 reasons some Christians have delay in marriage and how to avoid them. Marriage has always been the worries of many youth, and delay in marriage seems to be on a high side. Let's go deep and see the reasons in order to avoid them. You must get married this year, says the pastor to the single girls' boys in his church, and they said amen. I'm not here to castigate the pastors. Neither am I here to question the omnipotency of God. I'm just here to think aloud on the reasons why many young men and women don't get married at their willed times, and why many prophecies of some pastors don't come to pass as they wish. I pray you understand me on this, my naive thinking on why many men and women don't get married when they wish to. I also pray for God's inspiration on both you and me. 1. The first is God's time. We often say that God's time is the best. This common quote is 100% right. But how does God's time constitute impediment to a pastor's prophecy regarding instant marriage? Firstly, prophecy is not a prediction. They are two different things. Many persons misplace the two for one reason or the other. And when one predicts in the name of prophecy, it may not must either work or not work out as predicted. Secondly, any prophecy that contradicts God's will is tantamount to a prediction, and such prediction will never work out as predicted. Therefore, if it is God's will that you'll get married at 30 or 40, or even 45, no prophecy can change that, because it is for a purpose, and you're living a purposeful life. That time must elapse before anything happens. Prophecy is the communication of the divine will. It is not an act of changing God's will planned time to suit human desires. 2. Personal decision plays a vital role in everyone's life and destiny. God has placed before us all good and evil, blessings and curses, and has left us to make our individual choices. Jude 30:19-20. Many of us chose not to marry when it was our turn, and maybe God decided to change our turn for another time in future. Most times prophecy does not change this extended period of time, but individual commitment to prayer and apologetic approach to God do. Therefore, it's nice to make the right choice at the right times and in the right ways. The choice you make today conditions your destiny tomorrow. That is why God, in Deuteronomy 30:19, calls on heaven and earth to bear him witness on our daily choices. So, make wise choices in life. One wrong choice can destroy your whole life. 3. Traditional requirements. Poverty. Many young girls are like slaves to their traditional marriage rights. Many traditions have also turned their girls into business commodities by placing their marriage rights above average or affordable standards. Some men cannot even afford 1/4 of the traditional requirements to marry the girls they love in these areas. That is, in some places, marriage rights are placed so high that a common man can't afford to marry from there. Many tribes also grade their daughters according to their aesthetic appearances and their academic qualifications. Some who are not beautiful but have PhDs may cost like $1 million. The beautiful ones with PhDs may cost $2 million and above, depending on how beautiful they look. Whereas the graduates and undergraduate beautiful ones are rated below $1 million. And so on. All these contribute to late marriage or delay in getting married. Thus, to prophecy instant marriage here, one has to pray for cultural, traditional changes and financial blessings for the girls and for the boys. A pastor may prophesy, and the person that God has made for you is a poor fellow whom God has made to be rich through your companionship. That is, the two of you may be destined to become rich together after marriage, but your traditional rights may constitute a barrier to the soonest of that marriage, even after the pastor's prophecy. In this case, your culture or traditional right ought to be mitigated and the high cost of marriage rights neglected or reviewed for the good of the girls. I'm sure that most people raise the marriage rights so high in favor of the elders in the society, not for the good of the girls who may want to go into marriage. Whether the girl and her husband eat grasses after paying through their nose is not their business. Their concern is to get the $2 million shared accordingly. Therefore, as a youth, you have a role to play here. The youths in places like these should stand up against these wicked acts in the name of cultures and traditions. Though many will be poisoned by the so-called evil elders, but something has to be done. And someone must take the lead. I'm solidly behind such person in this struggle. And God will be with us.